Hi friends! If you're here to check out more looks using the NATASHA DENONA bronze palette from her newly released bronze collection, then please keep on watching. Hi, I'm Alicia. If it's your first time here, thank you so much for clicking on my video. And if you are returning, well, thank you for visiting me again. Kinkysweat stands for my kinky hair and sweat life. I'm a fitness professional who loves things all movement and beauty. If you want to check out what I do in between the makeups, you can head over to my Instagram. If you want to see a complete review of the eyeshadow palette as well as the bronze face palette and 3 glosses, I will link that video up above and down below. Also, our girls Glam Girl Chelsea and It's Lori's Life have reviews on the palette as well. Chelsea reviewed both the eyeshadow palette and the face palette. The shades look phenomenal on her, and she is more on the tan part of the spectrum, and It's Lori's Life did a review on the eyeshadow palette, and her bronze face palette is on the way, and I would love to see that on her because Lori's skin is like butter. Churned butter. Okay? Creamy. Today's video is diving back into the eyeshadow palette. So again, if you want to get product details and swatches and comparisons, check out my first video. Today I wanted to do 4 more looks. That's not 4. Using the eyeshadow palette and maybe getting into some comparisons with Supreme Nudes, depending on how my eyelids fare out, you know, if they don't start to fall off. Maybe I'll do looks in this video, or maybe we'll just stick to swatching, get the comparisons from the swatches, and I'll film another video doing a showdown between the palettes. I did 2 looks in my live, but my laptop camera is not the best, so although you kind of saw the shades in action, I'm going to do 4 more looks in this video because if you do have the palette or you're thinking about the palette, I just want to give you an opportunity to see how the colors work, how they look, and even if you don't want the palette, maybe you could just see these shades in action and go into your own collection and find duplicates, because sometimes it's helpful to see the eyeshadows in action versus just to see them in a swatch. So hopefully this video will help in that respect. And again, never want to force you to buy anything. This is just for a resource, you know what I'm saying? So with that said, why don't you come in a little closer? That's enough. Why are you so blurry? On the list, I have the Hourglass Veil Eye Primer. It has, been my current favorite. What shall we start with first? I think I want to do Beach, and also Chelsea did a phenomenal look in her review video using rhodium on the lid and deep dive on the outer corner. I'm going to have to do that. Chelsea, I'm going to have to do that. Going in with my Sonia G Detail Pro. Beach is like a light peachy tan. I feel this formula in the bronze palette far surpasses that of Love. Although I love the Love palette, you gotta work with it though. I feel the formula is more consistent across the board in this bronze palette. Just these mattes are incredibly smooth. They melt into the skin and buff effortlessly as well. Oh my goodness me. Now is Suntan. With my small Wayne Artist brush right there into the crease. Layering these shades together, I feel just creates beautiful depth and dimension. They just go so beautifully together. Doing a little more beach on the very edges here. Going in with Deep Dive with my Sonia G Build It Too. Patting that down. This is one of her better cream to matte formulas. I mean, it is rich in color and I feel fairly easy to work with. Switching brushes here to something a little more fluffy just to whip it around the outer part of my lid. Alright, smaller brush with Deep Dive on the outer part of the lower lash line. I have my sponge nearby, just do a little clean up because sometimes my blending is out of hand, okay? That already, I just love Deep Dive. The tone of Deep Dive, I think NATASHA describes it to be an eggplant brown, and that is exactly it. Now with Rhodium, with my Isum W23. Oh, this shade. The lavender silver paired with the warm tone mattes is just genius. I'm telling you. I love that it's in here. Look how beautiful that is. Let me turn this up a little bit. The shine on this is amazing, but the tone, I think it's just so special. Same brush back in with Deep Dive just to better blend the juncture between that and Rhodium. Beach to blend out Deep Dive here on the lower part. Think I gotta do Palladium on the inner corner. That's what we're gonna do. Smith 253. Oh, that's a good combination. So pretty. True Bronze. Esam S31 on the lower inner part. I'm going to leave that empty and use the face palette because I actually forgot to demo the face palette in this video. Although it is eyeshadow palette focused, I wanted to give you an opportunity to see both the bronze face palette and the tan palette in action. But let's get into this eye first. I'm gonna blend that out a little better. Excuse me. Let's go Sundown. In my original video, it looked very warm. I felt like I couldn't pick up the muted tone of it. So now that's much better. I felt like I didn't clean my brush off well enough and it picked up a little bit of suntan, because there I feel is a lot more muted in tone than how it looked in my original review video. Suntan, look at that nail. Tapping that on with my Sonergy Worker Pro. What a beautiful combination. My goodness. Pulling suntan to the lower lash line. Same brush. Sundown to feather the edges. Magma with my Sonergy Flat Definer. Pulling it just on the lash line. A little bit of heat and smoke. Oh, that's pretty. I love Sundown. Sundown is a beautiful shade. Bliss. Look, okay. Bliss reminds me of Sorbet and Chou Chou, Viseart Chou Chou, and that Lime Peach Duochrome in the Koi palette. The difference is I think this has a stronger pink base and it has more of the lime glitters in there. Not glitters, crystals, because NATASHA DENONA does not use glitters. I'm patting that on my finger because I want to get full color payoff. This duochrome is just beautiful. Beautiful. Gloaming with my Esam W23. Tapping that on top of suntan and over the Bliss shade. Palladium, inner lower third, with the edge of my Smith 253. I'm actually gonna put this on the inner part of my eye as well. I use Palladium on this eye though. I screwed up. Going in with Silk has a lot more texture, but I'm layer that over Palladium. Be very careful with how I go about it. BK Beauty 204 with Magma, more on this lower lash line. Just punching that to connect. Before I put lashes, here are both lids up close. These combinations, fam, are just to die for. And we'll zoom out, we'll do the face together. Be right back. Lashes are on. I got the Ardell Naked Lashes in 420. Hold on. 2. I want to go in with both tan and bronze because I just want to see both of these in action. I feel like they have so much to offer. Definitely going in with the bronze powder first, which till this day, still one of my most favorite shades to use for bronze. Zing. Using my Wayne Goss Artist Large brush just to get that on. Just a little bit here. Now the Super Glow Bronze from the Bronze Face Palette, just slightly over the bronze powder from tan. It just gives a really beautiful glow. I know it's really hard to see, but it just adds more dimension to the matte powder. And on deeper skin tones, my gosh, on lighter, I would say maybe this could work as a very bronzy, glowy blush topper, or you might have to wear this on your eyes. And this shade has like a pinkish flip to it. Oh my gosh, when the light hits, it's like outrageous. Wayne Goss number 11 with the Bounce Cream Blush. I'm gonna try again on my cheeks. Pounce it, there we go. I think that is such a unique shade. It's like a pinky brown. Using my sponge to pick up the Bounce Cream Glow and patting it down right on the cheekbones because it has just a beautiful pink shift to it. And the Super Glow Nude, oh my gosh, this just bumps everything up. It's like a veil of dazzle. My goodness, the bronze right now is insane. And if you want an extra bing bing bang, you could take the Glow Impact powder from the tan using my Wayne medium brush and like right on top on that bing spot right there on top of the Super Glow Nude. Stop it. NATASHA DENONA's liner in L6. And my bad, I misnamed this Chestnut. It's actually Caramel. Chestnut is the beautiful deep brown shade, but I'm going to apply caramel on top. And here's a finished look with both the bronze face and tan palettes on the cheeks and both eye looks done. This is such a unique combination with like that deep lavender silver duochrome paired with the warmer mattes. And here Bliss just has beautiful glow. I mean, the lid just jumps right at you. I just love these tones. I love these tones. I love the concept behind it. And I forgot to mention this in my original review video. NATASHA DENONA designs her palettes like a matrix. Whatever quad, diagonal, column, or row you encounter is a look. It could be a trio, it could be a duet, it could be the sextet, what is that word? The 6 shadows at once. She does the thinking for you if you need that guidance, but if you're good on your own, you can combine these in any which way. And she also spoke about the fact that she dissected the different tones of bronze. So here are the cooler tones of bronze, you're getting more into the warm, and then the more reddish tone bronze here on this side of the palette. I kind of want, what do I want to do? Definitely want to go in with Ridge as the main color first. Ooh, maybe we could do this quad and then this quad. Let's do it. I'm gonna take this off and I'll be right back. Let's go in with Ridge. This mustard right here. I wanna see how that does on its own in terms of like how it looks. Yeah, I guess I could detect more mustard from this shade. I think this might be the, wait a minute. No, I'm doing the right thing. I forgot the original plan that I set myself up for, and I'm like, you forgot you were doing the quads, Alicia, but Ridge is in the quad that I outlined, so we're doing okay. Anytime you want to utilize just one matte for your entire look, you can use a fluffy brush to first blend out a nice wash of color. Then you can go in with a smaller brush that's more densely packed to get more of a concentrated dose of color even with the same shade. Taking my reference number 1 and patting Ridge now on the outer part of my V, or the V is on the lid. Dumb. And that you can see is going to lay on a little more color and for it to appear more saturated. And I'm just taking the edges of the brush to further blend out. Now let's take Silk right on the lid. Oh, the shine on Silk is insane. Like, what in the world is happening? My goodness. Taking Alloy right between Ridge and Silk. Hello? You are not focused. Taking Bliss, that beautiful pink lime duochrome with my Smith 253, and using the edge of the brush to just carve even more on the inner part of the lid. And I'm layering that over the Silk shade. What a beautiful combination. That is just outrageous. Just using Ridge to smooth out any sparkle that got a little too high, but that's okay. And I'm not anti-sparkle in the lid. I just wanted to spread the scatter a little bit so it could have like that dazzle effect across the crease. I will though take Ridge under the lash line, pull it under right here. While I'm here, I'm gonna smooth this out even more. Taking Alloy on the lower lash line. I just realized I forgot to do the inner corner for my first eye look, so I forgot to dip back into the bronze face palette. With that said, let me take the Bounce Cream Glow, put that on the inner corner. Yes, tap it, tap, tap, tap. Now in with this quad. High Degree Masonergy Jumbo Blender. Or you know what, actually? Magma with my Jumbo Blender. The matte shade, and I'm tapping that on the outer part of my lid. Taking a fluffy brush now with the same color, but using the bristles to just blur the edges more. So we deposited majority of Magma on the outer corner, and now just whisking the edges. So you see, despite this matte being a little more rich than Suntan, Ridge, Beach, or Sundown, it still diffuses beautifully, and it could be a standalone matte shade. I'm just pulling it slightly higher. That is so pretty. Oh my goodness me. Now with High Degree. Oh, right on the Magma shade. This red has like beautiful crystals in it that just makes it pop. It's not like a flat metallic red. Whatever those pigments are, I just love them so much. Now with Gloaming, layering that over High Degree, and that is more copper in hue. And I'm taking a brush to be a little more precise with that application, and taking my Blender Pro and using the tapered part of the brush to further smooth that matte throughout the crease and more in toward the nose. Taking Magma on the outer part, and I like to take it pretty low because I love that smoky lash line. Palladium with my reference number 2, our favorite pink taupe, right here on the lower inner part of my lash line. And taking the Glow Cream base from the face palette, again for my inner corner highlight. I'm skipping out of the quad. I want to zip over to True Bronze, as that is more of a veil effect. I want to see what it does when I apply it over both gloaming and high degree. So taking that and just pressing it. Oh, that's pretty. So you could press on more True Bronze if you want it to appear more opaque, but if you want it just a little more bronze in effect and flip, you just tap it on whatever eyeshadow you want in the palette. Here is a look without the lashes, so you can see the lids without them. Oh my goodness me. I'm happy we stuck with the quads more or less, because these look so distinctly different depending on which matte and which tone of bronze you wish to apply on your lid. And here's a wide shot of both looks. I have the same Ardell Naked Lashes in 422, have the same face palettes on, probably just touched up a little bit on the cheekbones with the Nude Glow, and applied the Lip Euphoria in Tan Nude. I absolutely love these two looks as well. They're just so, oh, this sun, excuse me. As you can see, you could pair these colors in any which way. I just love that we have something more fiery with more impact. And then we have something more yellow tone, again from using Ridge. It definitely sets it up for that type of a look. I wanted to quickly do some comparison swatches between Supreme Nudes. Now, I'm sorry I'm not doing actual eye looks, but I could always do a video for that. I'll be more than happy to. The standout comparisons are between Ridge, that mustard from the, let me come back. We got Ridge from Natasha, which I want to compare to Eccentric from Supreme Nudes. So Eccentric has a little more brown in there, so more brown mustard, whereas Ridge is a little more like actual marigold mustard. Suntan and Magma, and now Aesthetic from Supreme. I think, yeah, Aesthetic has a little more brown to it, whereas Suntan and Magma are more red based. Let's do Sundown and Beach, comparing that to Transcend and Nudist. Here's Transcend, here is Nudist. I think Beach kind of matches up with Transcend a little bit. Transcend might have a little bit more warmth to it, and Beach is still more peachy in tone. And then Nudist is just more of a neutral beige. Silhouette does not exist in the bronze palette. Silhouette is very neutral in tone, as well as Strip. Strip is definitely more of a beige, like a lighter beige color. Now, as far as the shimmers, Opulence definitely reminds me of either, well, I'm looking at Silk from Bronze, which I feel is a little more copper. Well, actually, I feel Opulence is more of like a yellow gold, and Silk has a little more of like a pinky hue to it. Also taking a look at True Bronze as well as True Copper. So we got True Bronze and True Copper. Oh, True Copper has a lot more copper, as the name implies, but I think maybe True Bronze kind of matches up with Opulence. I think True Bronze is Opulence's like dupe from the Supreme Nudes palette. Bronziana, I feel, does not exist, that's so funny, in the Bronze palette. And one of you had said that what is included in the Natasha palette, not really bronze. I think she wanted to try with different tones of bronze, considering that she does have quite a lot of bronze in her palette portfolio. Perhaps the closest is Palladium, which is more of like a pink, but we'll do it next to Bronziana. Yeah, for sure. This is a beautiful shade, and I feel would pair lovely with the bronze palette. And then we have Lavish, which is like this antique gold shade. Lavish definitely has like that green gold hue to it, and the one I'm looking at from the bronze palette, maybe Alloy, right here in the middle, but I feel like Alloy is more, it's definitely warmer. Yeah, for sure. So I feel the standout difference between Supreme Nudes, the fact that this has the olive and this doesn't, is that you have more pink, red, copper, and this is more, I would say, is more edited, right? So you could get similar looks using the Supreme Nudes, but if you want to go left field and do the lavender, or you want to do a deeper red, or you want to do a pink taupe, there is definitely more variety in terms of bronze in here. But I understand if that's too much impact for you and you just need to be a little more chill about your bronze eye approach, then definitely, if you already have Supreme Nudes, you stick with it. because ultimately you have to decide if you're going to take advantage of the other shades in here that are not present in Supreme Nude. Again, like Rhodium is just exquisite. I mean, I know paying $65 for just one shade is obscene. And actually, I forgot to go deep dive. So I wanted to do deep dive with Mink, so I don't like swatching on the back of my hand because they're so veiny for all my handstands. But this is Mink from Supreme Nudes. I prefer this shade over the one in Supreme Nudes. Although I like Mink. Mink is great, you know, it's so many cards. I think Mink definitely serves a purpose in being in the palette, but I think Deep Dive is such a unique shade. Eggplant Brown, come on, like it's so beautiful. I just love that tone, and I feel it adds so much character to a smoky bronze, smoky neutral, however you want to go with it look. I'm still more than happy to do a showdown video because I am still curious as to when you do apply both palettes, how differently do they appear, and we'll definitely get into it, but I wanted to do this video first to give you more ideas as to how to use the NATASHA DENONA Bronze Eyeshadow Palette. Hopefully this helped, and let me know what your favorite look was down below, and until then fam, that is a wrap. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope this video helped. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and maybe consider subscribing to my channel. And until then, I'll see you on here again with another tutorial review, 4-look eyeshadow palette video, get ready with me, or nightly live chit chat. Take care, and I will see you again soon.